Alright gang, hope everybody's doing well. We're gonna test out this new laptop, so just let me know how the audio quality is. I did just set up OBS and I got a voice meter running, so this will be kind of a test video just to test out the new setup, and let's dive in. And I also want to give a big thank you to everybody for all the positive comments. I really do appreciate it. I'm definitely doing better every few days, I would say. An improvement in my leg, but just the clots in my lungs, there's definitely chest pain or like big waves of pain every maybe 20 or 30 minutes, but I think it's going down a bit. So, should be good in a few months. Thank you guys so much, and let's dive into the news. So first up, we had a big announcement come out today, July 9th, for Ripple and BNY, which is the Bank of New York. Now, BNY we've spoken about before. We can see right on their website under the About Us page, as a global financial services company, we oversee more than $53.1 trillion in assets for our clients. We got this coming out today. We have an announcement by BNY Global right on X. BNY selected to serve as the primary reserve custodian of Ripple's enterprise-grade stablecoin, the Ripple US dollar. BNY and Ripple are jointly committed to paving the way for digital asset adoption at institutional scale, and together are helping to bridge the gap between the traditional finance and cryptocurrency ecosystems. So this is a big deal to see Ripple the company selecting Bank of New York to custody their Ripple US dollar reserves. So this is reinforcing a bunch of trust, transparency, and showing regulatory compliance for the Ripple US dollar. And I don't know about you, but every time I see the word BNY Mellon, I always think about Matthew Mellon, the heir, and this is a crazy story for anybody not familiar because this guy lost a boatload of XRP. So please go Google this. Essentially, his family is associated with BNY Mellon, the huge bank. And long story short, Matthew Mellon unfortunately passed away and he lost an estimated $500 million worth of XRP. And to my knowledge, this has never been publicly confirmed as recovered, so after his death, there was no public disclosure about it being found, liquidated, etc. So what happened to this huge amount of XRP? And it says right here on Forbes, Mellon said he kept the digital keys to his XRP locked in cold storage in other people's names at various locations around the US. And if anybody wants to read this full article, it's here on Forbes, and I also just shared it right on X. Alright, so hopefully you guys get the gist of this, and for anybody interested to see Brad Garlinghouse's clip that was recorded, I believe it happened today on CNBC's Squawk Box, I just uploaded that video on YouTube, so be sure to go check it out. Alright, next up, we had this just happened today. We have Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse testified before the Senate Banking Committee, basically to advocate for crypto market structure legislation in the United States. If you guys want to see Brad Garlinghouse's testimony, this is shared by cowboy.crypto or cowboycrypto313 on X. Be sure to go check it out. We have BG actually linking his full testimony here for anybody curious, and you can access it through this PDF. So basically, Brad Garlinghouse is pointing out that 55 million Americans own and use crypto today. And he's really just urging Congress to actually pass clear crypto market structure legislation emphasizing consumer protection, innovation, and regulatory clarity, all things we need to see growth. And I think with every passing year, people are actually acknowledging what Ripple the company is doing and paying more attention to them. Again, nearly 900 employees across 15 offices worldwide. A company that is valued to be over $10 billion, we know over 60 different payment licenses, so many things. So highlighting XRP right there, we can see operating with over 60 payment service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. And all the legislation we're seeing is paving the way for the crypto asset class this decade. And it makes you wonder looking at Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, zoomed out all the way. So we have Bitcoin with the 8-month EMA, this orange moving average, and monthly RSI, seeing the performance of the momentum every cycle. I mean, dating back to 2011, we could actually go back to Bitcoin's inception in 2009, but it really makes you wonder, where is Bitcoin going to be this decade? And the same thing for the XRP price chart on the monthly time frame. So zoomed out all the way, we can see back in 2013, this multi-year period of accumulation before expansion. And here we are again, we had this multi-year period of consolidation or accumulation, and now we technically already did break into an all-time price earlier this year. So this is never financial advice, believe whatever you want, but I'm very interested to see where a variety of assets, including XRP and Bitcoin, are this decade. And the same thing with the total market cap of the entire crypto asset class, valued at over $3 trillion today. Meanwhile, the global equities market is valued at over $100 trillion. Global bonds, the same thing, over $100 trillion. We have real estate, commercial and residential, both in the hundreds of trillions of dollars, derivatives even more. And even going to this website, this is the number 8marketcap.com. We can see gold's market cap over $22 trillion. We have Nvidia just under $4 trillion, larger than the entire crypto asset class, Bitcoin, stablecoins, and every single altcoin. We have Microsoft, larger than the entire crypto asset class today. And if you guys haven't seen this, we have Ripple Swell 2025 returning to New York City, happening November 4th to the 5th. And we also have Anders down below. Remember, the 5th of November. And we also have this right here, shared by Axelar Network. So we have Axelar is the chosen interoperability solution for institutions bridging into the XRP ledger. Cheers to $100 million in daily cross-chain volume. And we can see the source down below on Axelar scans, so we are at over $104.7 million in volume. And that is referring to the actual transfer volume by day, so that's a big deal. Alright, and we're going to finish up with this today, so we can see that the Ripple US dollar, RLUSD, has been listed on Amina Bank. So this was reposted by the company Ripple, and we can see that Amina is a Swiss licensed bank, and it offers custody and trading for the Ripple US dollar. So a regulated, secure, and seamless way to custody and trade RLUSD, ideal for both institutions and individuals. The Ripple US dollar is fully backed one-to-one with cash and cash equivalents like US Treasuries, and Amina is a licensed Swiss bank. So really cool to see this, and we know that the Ripple US dollar did surpass over $500 million in market cap, so we can see the FDV right there, 501. And just going to market cap, we can see the steady climb for the market cap for the Ripple US dollar, so right now over $500 million. Taking a look at CoinGecko.com, looking at stablecoins by market capitalization, we have Tether ranked number 1 for a stablecoin, over $158 billion in market cap. We have USDC issued by the firm Circle, almost $62 billion. Those are the two dominant players, but we can see ranked from the highest to lowest the other contenders. So where are we going to see the Ripple US dollar over the coming years? And just as an example, we can look at the growth of USDC US dollar coin dating back to, on this chart, 2018. Now, could we see a similar trajectory for the Ripple US dollar? Well, I would actually argue if we get positive regulation, we could see a huge catalyst this decade for the entire crypto asset class. There are so many variables thinking about the Genius Act, etc., for federal regulatory guidance on stablecoins. The one thing I know about the crypto asset class is as soon as everybody is bored, the highest amount of people are paying the least amount of attention, big things happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, a huge thank you to all that hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.